My name is Morrison. I'm from the Nicotine Alliance, trustee and lead for Scotland. I've also been described on several occasions as being an anecdote. I see there's plenty of my vapor friends in here today, so I'm glad to be amongst fellow anecdotes. And what is it they call us? A bunch of anecdotes? I'd like to think it's an evidence of anecdotes. There's 3 million of us in the UK now, so I think it's turning into an evidence of anecdotes. I'll give you a quick story. I'm ex-Royal Air Force. Around about 1990, I took on a great job in Scotland, working for one of the biggest companies in Scotland, whisky industry. Smoking was allowed in all the offices, no problem at all. And then they had a little staff consultation around the 1990s and said, you know, we're going to ban smoking in people's offices. So what did they do? They made one place that you could smoke, the canteen. How stupid. Never heard such nonsense in all my life. But that's what they did. Moved to new offices in the 1990s and they actually put in a designated smoke room. Fantastic. Some of our smokers could go for a smoke break, no problem at all. Nobody else had to go in there for any reason whatsoever. It was dedicated to them. Around 1997 they decided to get a load of tree huggers in. And the tree huggers to me are people that come in that don't know what they're talking about, don't know anything about the industry that they're coming into, but they're going to make everything fantastic for all the employees in there, and the company's going to be absolutely brilliant. So what did they do? The first thing they did was they removed the tables and then the chairs from the smoke room to discourage smoking. We all thought, oh well, fair enough, we can put up with that. We'll get in there, we stand, we have a cigarette, we go. Then they decided that the entire complex would be smoke-free by the 3rd of January 1999, i.e. straight after the winter break, or the Christmas break. Smoke room was to be locked down and return to work after that Christmas break in 1998. They were going to give us patches, gums, hypnotherapy, acupuncture, NRT, anything we wanted, free of charge. They were going to provide the lot. Very few took up the offer. I certainly wasn't going to be one of them. I enjoyed my smoking, and I wasn't happy at all. So I told them, you want to do that? I'm going to walk out. They say, you can't do that, you've got to give us 3 months notice. I said, I'm giving you as much notice now. I will be walking out of this place if that smoke room is locked. So what happened 3rd of January 1999? I went in there, smoke room locked, cleared my desk, threw it on my boss's desk and said, bye-bye, off we go. They weren't very happy about that at all because the Millennium Bug was coming along and I'm a computer programmer. I knew the systems inside out, so they phoned me up and said, can you come in and see us? And I just said, nope. You want to see me? I'll see you down the pub. So off we went down the pub. I got a kind of contract job with them and all was well. Until 2006, I'm sitting at home smoking. Great, no problem. 2006 comes along in Scotland, a year before the English ban. No longer allowed to smoke in your workplaces. Taxi drivers, home offices, whatever, didn't matter. So I became a criminal. Nobody caught me until December 2011. I switched over to vaping and I was no longer a criminal. I got away with it. Okay, moving swiftly on. So, as I say, 2011, I became a vapor. No more smoking. You've asked us to stop. You tried to force us to stop, but we found the solution ourselves. Now it seems that this isn't good enough either. Now they're attacking nicotine, except the stuff in your patches, your gums, and all the stuff that they can sell over the counter to you. It's not their solution. They want to attack our solution. Their solution's fine, our solution's not. Yeah, it's the same nicotine. Okay, some reasons given for the indoor smoking bans. It looks like smoking. No, it doesn't. I've got a couple of these bits and pieces down here. This is a cigarette. This is an e-cigarette. Yes, no? Does that look like that? No chance. Next. Cigarette. E-cigarette. Next. Cigarette. Phone. E-cigarette, yeah? Next. Cigarette. Join in. E-cigarette. Again. Cigarette. E-cigarette. And finally, cigarette.
Cigarette.
No, packet of snus. Swedish snus. One of the most incredible pieces of THR about at the moment. Smokeless tobacco is brilliant. Works a treat. Right, where are we? Right. Have you normalised smoking? Nah, no chance. What it does normalise is not smoking. Plain and simple. They say, oh, I don't like the smell. What smell? Can you smell anything in here? There's been people vaping in here before you come in. Lots of them. All right, David?
That's right.
And you get the other people that say, oh, I just don't like it. whenever do we ban things just because someone doesn't like it? We're getting ridiculous now. We're really getting silly. Second-hand vapor, well, that's already been jumped. It's not there. It doesn't happen. At least not to any great degree. So let's just go through that again. If I was to light this up, spark this up in here, it would be against the law. Yeah? Everybody agreed? Not only that, within about a minute, everybody would smell it. Yeah? So, we don't do it. This guy, if I do this, I'm not breaking the law. Some people might have said, but you didn't ask permission. Yes, I did. I asked the organiser earlier on, is it okay if I take a couple of draws out of that during my presentation? He says, yeah, no problem at all. Anybody got an issue with it? No? Well, that's good news. I've got a very, very strong flavoured e-cigarette here. Very strong. Can anybody smell it? I've got 20 quid in my back pocket that'll say, if anyone can tell me the flavour of this e-cigarette from the smell, you can have the 20 quid. And they smell it? Nah, I could take it. Loads and loads more draws. It's gone. Consequences of banning in workplaces. Sorry, I'm going a wee bit over here. Okay. It gives the impression that vaping is just as bad as smoking. So if you kick the vapors outside with the smokers, it sends the wrong message. Completely the wrong message. It's saying that's just as bad as smoking. Some vapors may well go back to smoking. Why? Because if they have to go outside once an hour, they're more likely to say, I'll just have a cigarette here because I've got a better nicotine hit off of that than if I've got to wait for another hour, having just taken a couple of draws of my e-cigarette, because it's a different process. You take a couple of draws, you put it down, you take a couple of draws, you put it down. Okay, no vapour builds up or anything daft like that. And unnecessary lost productivity. Everybody going out for a smoke break, everybody going out for a vape break, and I'll only be out there 10 minutes, whatever. Okay, consequences of banning in pubs. Right, the pubs lost an awful lot of trade in 2006 up here when the smoking ban came in. I don't care what anybody says. Pubs were closing down, right, left and centre. Now they've got a chance to get it back, because a lot of pubs in Glasgow, all over the UK, are now vape friendly. A lot of them are a bit scared, but those that are keeping, letting people vape inside, they're getting their trade back. So the positive for allowing vaping indoors, it sends a correct message. This is good. It's good for you. It's better for you. I'm not sending you outside because there's a problem. You may just save some lives. Yeah, a lot of people might look at it. Hang on a minute. I'm a smoker out there. He's in there. He's in there. I've been allowed to do this. It's bucketing the rain out here. We all know Scotland. It's shocking. Bucketing the rain out there. He's in there. Maybe I'll give it a go so I can sit at my desk and take a couple of puffs of this instead of having to go out there and get soaked. May encourage other smokers to make the switch. Well, I just said that. Less time lost, a better breath. More productivity. So the boss isn't seeing his guys out there having a smoke all the time. They're actually sat at their desk taking a couple of puffs of this, putting it down again, doing their work, a couple of puffs, off you go. So that's about it. That's my take on workplace bans and the likes. This is 95% safer, for goodness sake. Come on. And nobody in here objected to me doing that. If they did, then you kept it to yourselves. Anyone still object to the fact that I actually took a couple of draws out of this e-cigarette in here?
Andy, can I ask, just in terms of your own experience, do you still smoke?
No, not at all.
So you quit smoking when you started vaping?
In 2011, I picked up my first e-cigarette, which was a tiny little cigarette. I immediately cut down from 20 a day to about 15 a day. A couple of days later, I was down to 10 a day, and I couldn't get past that 10 a day hurdle. So I thought, why am I not getting past this? So I had a look online. I actually took an e-cigarette apart and thought, how does this work? Looked online, see if I could get stronger e-liquid or a better piece of kit. Came up with this, 36 milligram nicotine. Wow, I was gone. No more smoking.
And what have the benefits been from your perspective?
Oh, health.
Health-wise?
Oh, well, it's incredible. One of the jobs that I do, I'm a self-employed computer programmer, and I've got to go looking for work. And sometimes it's quite difficult. You might know it's self-employed, you take work when you can get it. So to supplement my wages, I go out and do Chinese meals, deliveries of an evening. Now, during that evening, I've got to run up and down God knows how many flights of stairs. As a smoker, that was hard. That was really, really hard. Now, I run up and down those stairs, no problem at all. None whatsoever. I sleep better at night, and generally I feel an awful lot more healthy, much healthier.
Well, Andy, that was an excellent start
to hear from a consumer point of view. Thank you very much. A round of applause for Andy.